how to get a group resonance going over a distance. So one thing is to show up. Well, okay, let's go from the least one is just to watch the video, whether you're watching it in real time or not. But I think that the closer you get to physical, the more resonance works. I actually think that. Or it gets more physical. And actually, I don't think that entirely, because the right dose of something is actually very individual. So some people might need a physical presence in order to heal from energy medicine, like somebody putting their hands on you. Other people just need, well wishes and they get better. But if we're, trying to get these people and pets better from cancer, how do we enhance that with group healing? Because that's the hypothesis, is that if we get together as a group, it will work better than if I just do it all by myself. And I think it works a couple ways. One, when I'm being watched, like when I'm on camera like this, I feel like I show up in a more focused way than if I was just by myself. I think my mind would wander more. I bring it back and it might be fine, and that might be a great way to do it. But I think that if I was just reading this list of names and healing them, it wouldn't feel to me as if I was as coordinated with it. And then being witnessed by you all, it makes me feel like I'm not alone, and that I'm somehow being helped to do the healing, because I am. And can I do that without you? Yeah, I can tune into spiritual forces and get help from them. That's just an ask away. But there's something about being physically incarnated and doing a spiritual deed. I think something in your mind. That's my definition of spiritual. Mind or above mind, but like not things that we can measure with cameras and heat and cold and things like that. That I think something about being incarnated and having a thought is different than enlisting the help of angels or non-physical beings, ancestors. I just think it helps to have a physical body to do this work. So if you're listening and you have a physical body, know that that's really helpful. Okay. And if you're listening and you don't have a physical body, I'm not, just listen in, I'm not talking. I'm mostly addressing the people with physical bodies, because they have computers and they are watching Facebook probably. Now, how else to do it? One is to show up during the session, and then we are locked in not only in our thinking, which happens if you watch the video later, but also in time. So we're entering into the time and space continuum. Now, we're not going to get together in space, because that would involve a non-distance healing. But we could do something in our space that might be able to enhance it. And I thought that one thing that might enhance the distance healing is if you are here listening and you have somebody else that, like say you have cancer and you're listening because you want to be healed, and you have somebody else in the house with you that is happy to do it, if they could touch you during this distance healing, my sense is that will activate something more in you. So rather than sitting separately on the couch watching the video, have the person that doesn't have cancer touch the person with cancer. All right? Another way to do this is I energetically charge cotton and send it to people. And you could have the cotton that's touched my hand also with you while we're doing that. And it'd be kind of like my hands are on you. Not the same, but again, connecting through the physical. It's like the information is stored in the cotton, and then when it touches you, and then, anyway, there's just a connection there. So that's nice. And then the other way is to open your heart to the possibility of healing. And that, the heart is the great resonator of the here and now. Yes, we're involved in many other rhythms of life. We've got the 7-year cycles of our bones. We've got the 24-hour cycles of our sleep and our wake. But the heart is you know, beating 60 to 80 beats a minute if we're healthy, 60 to 75, something like that. And it's vibrating in the here and now. And if we open our hearts, meaning we feel a nice warm feeling, that actually does something to our energetic field. And I think it enhances the healing. So right now, open your heart to the possibility of healing. And another way is to say, I accept whatever experience I need at this time. Because yeah, we want to be healed, but we have like a list, and we don't want to boss God around. We don't want to like boss reality around. We want to co-create. We want to create with reality. And to do that, there has to be a deep respect for what is. And so the inner gesture of, I'm open to healing this or something even better. Something better would also be healing. It just might take a different form than what you're currently attached to. Okay, good. And then another thing that creates resonance, and resonance is a vibratory concept. It's like something resonates, something is vibrating at one speed, and if something is the same size of it, it will start resonating the same, which is how tuning forks work. And there's things called resonance frequency. It's about frequency. So anything that you do during a healing that has frequency could resonate, could spin, could vibrate at a frequency that will enhance the healing. And to do this, I do a spinning meditation. All right. And if you know Bengston's rapid image cycling, that's a spinning meditation. It's not the only spinning meditation. And for the Facebook group, I like to keep this simple so that somebody coming in as a perfect stranger can feel like they can follow the instructions. But basically, I'm going to be asking you during the meditation part to spin a cylinder of light around you and to find a frequency that resonates with the others. And the analogy of that is like if you were singing in a choir, you'd all not necessarily be singing in the same note, but it would harmonize. Okay, and you do that by adjusting the speed. Okay, and it's quite literal because sound is generated from vibratory frequencies of the air hitting on your eardrums, right? So it's a very literal resonant thing to say harmonize. The frequencies harmonize. And what do they harmonize with? If our intention is to heal, they'll harmonize with the frequency of healing. Okay? So these are the things that I think enhance distance healing. And then we have to just let go of all of that and know that that whole amplification of the healing superpowers is not what actually does it. It actually might just unblock what actually does it. Because the part that heals cancer is not in this dimension. The information is not something that we can measure with machines or with our five senses. We can conjecture about it, we can have metaphors about it, we can philosophize about it. My language is that it comes from a quote-unquote place of non-duality. There's no space in a non-dual place. It's just an idea that there's a dimension beyond what I'm familiar with that is very different. And I'm opening a portal, I'm catalyzing, I'm doing something like that to help it all work. Okay.